Alright guys, before we get started with how to reflect across the y-axis, let's put the finishing touches here on how to reflect across the x-axis. So hopefully you guys saw what I saw. It looks like the x-coordinate remains untouched. Okay, same thing with B, the x-coordinate remains untouched, same spot, same sign. Same thing with it here, the 8 stays in the same spot, same sign. Now, the 2, it looks like it stays in the same spot, but it becomes its opposite. All right? The y-coordinate stays in the same spot, but becomes its opposite. The y-coordinate stays in the same spot, but becomes its opposite. So let's write that down. It looks like x is going to stay where it's supposed to, y is going to stay where it's supposed to, but we have to do the opposite of y. All right? And as I read a lot of the stuff that you guys did in Schoology, a lot of you picked up on that. All right, let's get going right here with reflecting across the y-axis. All right, let's start with our pre-image again. Take my wax paper, line it up perfectly, just like I did last time. The more time I spend on this, the more accurate I am, the more it's going to work. All right. Now, since we're going to reflect across the y-axis, this time I'm going to sketch a little bit of the y-axis. Don't have to do the whole thing. Just a part of it. Just like last time. And here we go. We're about to do this flip, or this reflect. So to do that, you can see that my paper is going to flip over to its opposite side. And now I just need to line up the y-axis on the wax paper with the y-axis that's on the graph paper. There we go. That looks pretty good. Okay, there you go. Mirror image right here. You can even see that the letters are written backwards, so it makes a lot of sense that this would be a reflection. Let's transfer the new points onto the coordinate plane. Looks like point A is going to be right there. And it looks like I can tell there's a little bit of human error, but I can tell B is supposed to be right there. And finally I can tell that C is going to be right there. Alright. Let me use my straight edge to connect these guys. Let's see, that doesn't seem right. Ah, that's much better. Trying to be as accurate as I can. It's a little bit off on the B prime coordinate. Oh well, I'll live. That was a good one. I think I need to sharpen my pencil. I think that's my problem. There we go. All right, now we have to label these points. So we can't use A and we can't use A prime because those have already been used. So we have to use a different label but show that this point right here has a relationship with these two right here. So as you might have guessed, we're going to call that A double prime. Over here we're going to call this B double prime. And lastly over here we'll call that C double prime. Alright, if we had a rule, we could use that rule to find out what these new coordinates are, but we haven't established that rule yet. So let's just do what we could do back in 5th grade. Start at the origin and count. Alright, so it looks like it's -1, 2. -1, 2. That would be A double prime. Let's go to B. That would be -1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Looks like -1, 6. And then finally C double prime would be -8, 2. -8, 2. Okay, perfect. Got everything set for our new image. Let's record the new coordinates on our notes page and then look for a pattern. Alright, so A double prime ended up being -1, 2, and then B double prime became -1, 6. And C double prime became -8, 2. Alright, now to find this rule right here, Remember, you want to start with the pre-image coordinates. Don't worry about these ones right now. We use this to find this rule right here. Let's go from here all the way to the third column and look for a pattern, and then let's write that pattern right here.